It's good to be back here after an absence of quite a number of years. But Minister, you said that you're going to reduce and that there's a plan for reduction of full-time equivalents. Public service right now, or at least September 2025, was down to 346,000, heading for a goal of 330,000. Much of the reduction that you were to make has already occurred. You've got a few more to go with volunteer, and you said mostly through voluntary reductions. So why have you refused to provide the parliamentary budget officer, and through him parliamentarians, information to help us understand the personnel reductions that you have planned?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for your question, Pat. It is a really important question. Comprehensive expenditure review is aligned with our government commitment with Canadians to spend less and invest more, and to balance our government operational budget in the next 3 years. That's exactly what we're focusing on. Your question towards the PBO's letter, my team will be working to respond to his letter as soon as possible. But the timing was not reasonable when the letter came in, because we haven't finalized those details, and it would be unfair as an employer for us as a government to give those information to PBO before communicating with public service employees. So we'll be providing a response to PBO.
Well, wait a minute, Mr. Minister. On October 30th, you told this committee that you would release the information of the comprehensive spending review to the PBO, and you have failed to do so.
I think it's we said it that we will provide as soon as possible. It was the details were not finalized at the moment, and it would have been unfair.
Was the cabinet briefed? Was the cabinet briefed on the reductions?
May I respond to your question?
It sounded like you're
please?
repeating your response.
No,
to the
I'm
first
not repeating.
question.
I'm giving you that reason that it would not have
Rappel au
been
règlement, Monsieur le
reasonable to
Président.
provide those information to
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
Interrupt, Madame.
Les interprètes font un travail extraordinaire.
The interpreters are doing extraordinary work, but when we don't give them time to complete before the other person takes over, we can't ask them to do a miracle. I would like to receive the complete interpretation in French, Mr. Chair.
Thanks. Go ahead, Mr. Kelly. But, Minister, he did ask a very straightforward question. I think the committee, parliamentarians, and Canadians deserve a straightforward answer. Mr. Kelly, I've restarted the clock. You have 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Thank you. Was Cabinet not briefed on the reductions?
I would say that the details were not finalized, and we would not be able to provide the information to PBO until we communicated with public service employees. We're dealing with as public service employees' livelihood. We thank them for their services, and I think it would have been unreasonable, unfair to have those information to someone else prior to communicating with public service employees. So that's a reasonable, responsible way of doing.
No, some would say it's an unlawful response. The Parliament of Canada Act allows the parliamentary budget officer access to that information. You are denying information to the parliamentary budget officer that is clearly laid out in the Parliament of Canada Act.
No, sir, we are not. We will be providing information to public PBO, and I can ask my deputy to fill you in further on that, please.
We'll have time for the deputy in the next hour. On what hour, what date? Will you do it by the end of today?
As soon as possible, we will provide.
Okay, that sounds like what you might have said on October 30th. So it would be today or tomorrow then that we'll have.
What I can commit, we will provide as soon as possible.
That's, I'd like a date, time.
I don't have a date. I will provide as soon as possible.
Does
That
the information not exist?
We have to communicate with the public service employees. They're the impacted party here, and this is responsible. This would be unreasonable
Okay.
for as an employer to communicate to someone else before communicating with the public service employees.
No,
we're dealing with the livelihood of the public service, and I think it's fair that we communicate, finalize those details, and communicate with them before
Minister,
we release it to
You
PBO.
you are asking parliamentarians to vote on these estimates while denying parliamentarians the information that they are entitled to in order to assess the estimates that you have tabled. It is not acceptable to you. You are not free under the Parliament of Canada Act to pick and choose what you think is a fair or correct order of things. So I'll ask you again: will you commit by tomorrow's Friday, by tomorrow afternoon? Will you comply with the lawful request for information by the Parliamentary Budget Officer? Yes or
Mr.
no?
Kelly, let's not play politics on the lives of the public service employees. Within my legal authority, we have presented in the Parliament main estimates, and you have all the information there. But you're asking about PBO date. Within legal authorities, as soon as possible, we will be able to provide.
I think it is very telling that you think parliamentarians are playing politics when they ask for information to which they are entitled in order to study and assess estimates that have to be voted on behalf of taxpayers. You don't have the choice to decide whether or not you release the information.
Chair,
I'm
those
sorry,
information
I'm gonna
is already.
interrupt.
Chair, it would not be fair that if I don't
sir,
have a
sir,
time to
sorry,
respond to
I
his
have no,
question, that would not be fair.
Minister, time is up. Mr. Gasparo is up next. Perhaps he will allow you some time, but the time is up. Mr. Gasparo, if you wish. Otherwise, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. Minister, would you like to respond? You can take up some of my time, or do you just want me to?
I would say that we're dealing with here public service employees, and I like to thank them for their service to Canadians. This is their livelihood. We're finding savings. We're balancing the operational budget. We're finding saving and investing in priorities where matter most to Canadians, like housing, infrastructure, defense. PBO sent that letter, and my team will be providing a response to that letter. But it was just 5 working days. The time was given. We have not finalized details at the time, and it would have been totally unresponsible and unreasonable for us to provide those information to PBO prior to providing into the impacted or affected parties, which is public service employees. So that is my response. I just wanted to pass it on. And main estimates, that is before the Parliament. So all the details are there. So that was, I just wanted to.
Okay, thank you. What will the early retirement incentive program cost?
I could. Can I ask my secretary to respond to this?
If you don't know the answer, we'll maybe get to that in the next hour. Why the need for the program if you are successfully reducing numbers through voluntary, through either voluntary attrition?
That's a voluntary attrition. Is early retirement incentive. There's a part of this exercise. So,
but you said that you have reduced the number already to 330,000. Sorry, to 346,000 as of September without this program. You're only going down another 16,000.
I think it's if my colleague could dive deep into that information, you will find more appropriate information that it says that the next 3 years we will achieve by 2027, 2028. that goal. And
You said you're going to go, if I may, sorry, you
Yeah.
said the PBO said, according to the PBO summary that I read, the number at September 2025 was 346,000. The budget says that you're going to hit 330,000 by 2028-29. So I hope I'm not going too deep here. I have to go deeper to
no,
do
it's
the
just-
subtraction and say
But you
that's
said you
16,000.
already have done it, so why the need is?
No,
whatever.
you have gone from a height of 300 of I think it was 358,000. So you've kind of got halfway there without this program. You don't know what it's going to cost. I'm just wondering if you need the program at all.
That's a program we need, and that's why we're achieving those goals.
Okay, so you don't know what it will cost or if you need it, but you've also said that the reason that you can't give the PBO the information that they have asked for and are lawfully entitled to receive is because you are concerned about the individual workers in the public service. If you're going to get to your goal through voluntary people leaving voluntarily, there are no individuals that will be forcefully forced out, and furthermore, they're self-selecting. There is no privacy issue here. There is no individual that whose either privacy or their information would be out early. Why don't you just do what you're required to under the Parliament of Canada Act and give the PBO the information that they've asked for so that parliamentarians have access to the PBO's advice before we vote on these supplemental estimates?
We will respond to PBO as early as possible, and most probably in December first week.
You said on the 30th you would do so, and you didn't. How are we to take you at your word now?
I think I don't know what you're making it up when I said at 30th.
No, when you appeared at this committee on the 30th.
I am not sure.
Chair. I don't recall a date being
Sure.
committed to. I just-
Did I say that? It's. I don't think I recall that.
Sorry, I'll just interrupt and I'll stop the clock. You did state on October 30th to me that you would provide the information.
I did not give a date, Chair. I said
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just stating that's when. But I'll turn the back over to Mr. Kelly.
Okay, so so it is disappointing that we are not getting the information that has been asked for. Can you tell us at least anything about? Let's just pick one of them. For example, the Department of Fisheries and Oceans is one of the ones that seems to be heavy on operations and one that the PBO wanted to know about. Can you not tell us anything about what type of reductions you're going to be looking for in that department?
As I said, the Early Retirement Incentive Program will help manage a reduction through attrition and voluntary departures. All employees will be treated with compassion and accordance with their collective agreements, terms, and conditions of employment.
I didn't ask you how you were going to reduce the numbers. I asked you what types of operations might be affected, or what
Every
types of employees are you going to be looking at in
every
that
department was asked to put forward proposals. All ministers, they were asked to put forward proposals, and they have put forward proposal, and that's where we finalized those CER. Thank you.
Thanks. I'm trying to balance your time against cutting you off,
you, Chair.
Minister.